His new friend called it Station 24-7. It was kept alive with their electricity. Pipes funneled away the toxic gas, and there was strange music to put a wag in his tail. It was unlike anything Reggie had ever seen or dreamt possible. The mole had more wonders to show. This automobile could dig them a path anywhere, and fast, even to the Crimson Fort. But it needed to be fed petrol, which the mole said Reggie could get in Station 24-7, but it was not cheap nor easy. No change there then, the king thought. Fighting pits, where the victors were legend and the vanquished were stains on the floor. These arenas were outlawed in his kingdom. When his mole friend said, not easy, he didn't think he'd meant possibly fatal. But it was the only way to get coin for petrol. It was the only way home. This foe was called Mole Mysterio by the crowd. Reggie wondered what name the crowd would give him if he returned to the arena again. This strange device was a blaster. Molecraft more deadly than most bows. Reggie wondered what the smith would think. Blasters make short work of most enemies. The king could get used to this. The fighter they called Macho Mole was a crowd favorite. Many a mole has lost their head to the brutal swing of his axe. Victory in the arena felt good. Maybe Reggie could learn to like this. Reggie had chosen well. Cheesecake was his kingdom's national dish, after all. Singing, the guard moles went to start celebrating, leaving Reggie to explore the old sector. The old sector had been left to its ruin, and to grubs. This was the fuel pump Jay spoke of, though it didn't seem to be working. Maybe, like the tram, it too needed electricity to work. Reggie didn't know what this creature was, but its teeth and claws were as sharp as they were fast. Reggie wondered what this feeling it inspired was. Fear? Or despair? It was dead, and Reggie could barely believe he'd survived. He hoped this would be the last one he encountered. The pump was working. Time to get this fuel back to Jay for his automobile. Dennis was waiting, just as he said he would, and called out to his brother. No doubt that was how they found him so fast. The frog scum. The toxic smoke was too thick to follow, but Reggie's mole friend told him there was hope. In Station 24/7, they sold a breathing device that would let him pass through the smoke unharmed. The king could go in Jay's automobile. Jay would stay and kill any frogs that came this way, or die trying. A strange, toxic world lay ahead. Reggie hoped he was prepared. The Mollberg shield was thick and heavy, crafted from the strongest plate metal. Getting past it would not be easy. Shields make for slow targets. Slow targets make easy gold. The arena champion, Hulk Mulligan, was a living legend of Moletown. His legend might have to live on without him. Arena champion, King Demolition. They cheered. One legend had died, but another had come to take its place. Double trouble means double gold. As Reggie cut the final combatant down, the crowd cheered his victory. Bloodthirsty though it was, he had grown fond of Moletown. Reggie had little trust in shamans, but there was more mystery in this world than his father had taught him. The shaman had gone, but he'd left a key. None had seen a turtle in many seasons. His father claimed he found one here as a boy, but it didn't look old. Reggie was almost 2 after all. Could a turtle reach such an old age? The turtle bid the pair farewell. Reggie asked his friend to stay by the river. This was not his fight. But Jay never abandoned a comrade in need. They were as brothers now, he said.
Slight bug. I think that's supposed to be the tortoise's hand with a pipe, but there's no tortoise.
Reggie had expected something as foul as frog spawn, but the froglands were strangely like home, apart from the smell. The same pipes that were in Station 24/7 were visible here. This was how the frogs were invading. Jay was furious. The engineering that kept moles safe was being used to hurt others. Caged, like a common grub. Reggie dreaded to think why the war chief would keep so many captives. This was why the rats had been captured. The war chief had offered them up for the shaman's twisted experiments. The war chief would answer for many crimes this day. The shaman had tried to hide in his workshop. The things he'd made and used on Reggie's kin were here. There was nowhere he could hide. The shaman's cruel experiments were over in a puff of foul green smoke. The war chief's throne room could not be far. He was the one who started this, so it was with a sword in his skull that it must end. What was this evil twist on Molecraft? A grotesque monster of creaking gears and steam. The sight of it made Reggie freeze. But Jay's fury could not be held back. The sound of his small friend's body falling lifted the spell. Reggie didn't know what this thing was, only that it would die screaming. It was no beast, but his own brother in the evil machine. This was the frog's final insult, to turn his own blood into his unwitting enemy. But Dennis knew where the war chief was. Ashamed and angry at what he'd done, Dennis ran ahead, wanting to spare Reggie this fight. Even in the frog slime and its stench of death, it felt good to be fighting with his brother at his side. No, Reggie wouldn't believe it. Everything the evil frogs had taken from him. His father, his friend, his kingdom. They wouldn't take his brother. And they wouldn't take him. The war chief was dead, and the kingdom saved. But what did it matter if his brother was gone? The rat folk rejoiced to have their king home. They had prepared for Reggie's coronation in the throne room. They had been sure he would return to them. To Reggie, it was a bittersweet victory. He had proved himself, but it came at a cost higher than gold. It was the start of a true golden age, free of the scourge of frog spawn. Working with the molefolk below, they built a new kingdom of steam and industry and wonder. Grey Ears put up a hearty challenge, but his grand hops were no match for Reggie's iron will. Scurvy Sea Rat put up a good fight, but Reggie thought the captain might be better off sticking to the ocean. Dennis once again felt the bitterness of defeat at his younger brother's paws.
That was bullshit before, and it was nearly bullshit again. There's times where I'm fucking swinging at him, and it's not even fucking connecting. Such bullshit.
Eivor was an old ally of King Rattus. Side by side, the pair had fought frog scum together many times. Could Reggie live up to his father? Eivor was here to find out. before happily admitting defeat. Reggie knew he had passed the old rat's challenge. The young rat truly was the people's king. A fitting reward for winning the tournament, Reggie was presented with the King's Key. It's a good thing Doug had eventually found it, as Reggie had been sorely tempted to break the lock himself. But as they say, curiosity kills the rat.
That is fucking. That's so bad. Oh my god.
The king's chamber smelled of fresh lilac and gooseberries, while the bed glistened with crisp silk sheets. Strangely, a slight breeze blew from behind the bookcase. This half-rat, half-frog abomination must have been the work of his father. Reggie wondered whether this was the source of all the undead in the crypts. Another of King Rattus' secrets, best kept hidden.